The Tard and the Leaf Blower. I'm on mobile, so bear with any formatting issues. I did this post in r/Tard Tales 2 originally, but it was a short version in there. This is the extended version, and this happened while I was in high school. Keep in mind that I grew up in the Southeast, where etiquette and good manners is sort of the end-all be-all. Basically, you're not allowed to make fun of anyone for whatever reason, no excuses type of bullshit. Also keep in mind that incest is a bit of a stereotype in this part of the country. It doesn't happen often, but when it happens, it's really bad. On with the story. This happened in my senior year. I was helping out with some maintenance on the baseball diamond, and was given a leaf blower for my part. They let the tards out on the diamond to flail, do physical activities. As I'm prepping the gas leaf blower, the king of all tards walks up to me. Not only was he incest, not only did he have too many chromosomes to count, not only was he autistic, he was also brain damaged too. Basically, he was a human version of the car in Season 1 of Better Call Saul that Saul drove. King Tard comes up to me and starts speaking to me in Tard language about how cute kittens are or something like that. Memory doesn't exactly serve here. Of course, I'm trying not to upset him because the special needs teacher was a special kind of bitch, so I start going along with it. Yeah, kittens are cute, aren't they? I pull the leaf blower. He immediately freezes. I've also heard through the grapevine that the King Tard loves playing tag. His face was so fucked up I didn't realize the look he was giving me was a look of terror. Important later. I rev up the leaf blower. He leans like he's going to run, but he doesn't. I rev it up some more. He does the same thing, some more. And then I begin the chase. This spud begins flailing his arms above his head, and making a screeching/whooping sound that can only be compared to a retarded Goofy being kicked down a well. I chase him around for a solid 15 minutes until the leaf blower runs out of gas. I get yelled at by the special needs teacher. Totally worth it though. Fast forward 6 years later, he sends me a friend request on Facebook and starts spurging out on me, calling me a bully and shit. Of course, I'm very confused. His little sister, that is actually normal, not incest, and a little bit cute, begins to explain what King Tard's bio dad would do to him is chase him around the yard with a leaf blower because he was terrified of them. The bio dad, of course, claimed it was for discipline. Anyone who knew the guy would know different. Do I feel guilty about this? Maybe a little bit. Is it a hilarious story about incest tards from the Deep South? Absolutely it is, or so I'm told. The Tale of the Screecher. Be me. Be at ultra-libtard school with multiple tards. Be the bathroom kid who encountered Taz. As I've said before, I somehow tend to be point blank for all tarded activities. Be me. Earlier in the year, before the Taz incident, there are many tards on the loose in our school. Most are harmless, but there are two who you must be wary of. Taz the Downy, who will ruin your career and crush your self-esteem by calling you gay. And the one this tale is about, the Screecher. To be honest, I don't think anyone knows this one's name, because the Wranglers never let her leave Tard HQ. I think the best way to describe this Tardette would be the witch from Left 4 Dead 2. I say this because the thing walks around with its hands over its face, almost always crying, and if anyone touches it, the thing shrieks so loud it breaks the sound barrier. This Tardette would put Black Canary to shame. One day, I'm waiting in lunch line with some pals, talking to them. At this point, I am unaware of the Screecher's existence, because the Tamers kept that thing locked away. Unbeknownst to me, the Screecher was right behind me. Impending doom begins. Mid-conversation, I hear the loudest Godzilla roar that has ever been uttered. I legit thought the zombie apocalypse was beginning. I shit you not, I later found out that day that people on the 1st and 3rd floor had heard this shit. This was ear-shattering for anyone in the lunchroom, but I was in the blast zone. A straight-up, point-blank, earth-shattering shriek right in my ear. Fuck my life.jpg. My ears were still ringing, so I couldn't hear what was going on. But quickly, 3 more Tard guards rushed in and dragged the Screecher away. The thing was kicking and crying and rolling on the ground like a snake that had just been captured. Speechless. My ear went back to normal after 3 days. 3 whole fucking days. This was my introduction to the Screecher, Tyrannosaur of Tards.
Beatles, my meatles.
The Legend of Toad the Tard. Be me, high-functioning Aspie autist. Genius in the classroom, but slow socially and have limited interests. Finally old enough to become fully independent from my parents. Have my own house, own my own car, not a wage slave. Feels good, man.jpg. Go out to dinner one night. Get a booth right next to a window facing the street. Important later. Order a sandwich. Tendy-resistance.exe successfully overclocked. While I wait for my order, I pull out my phone and play Mario Kart Tour. Sound is on, but only at low volume, so as not to disturb the other patrons. Enter a 250-pound Tard and a Karen. Tard seems to have trisomy 21, be around the same age as yours truly, is short as shit, but not a midget Tard, and smells as if he shit himself before he even arrived. Nearly ruined my appetite. He's wearing a red tank top, blue denim shorts, and is completely bald. Kinda looks like Toad from Super Mario. Will from now on be referred to as Toad the Tard, Toad for short. Karen's face looks empty and dull, as if she's had enough with the world entirely. Still tries to smile. I put my phone away, not wanting it to be covered in Toad's greasy Tard hands. God only knows where they've been. They pass me and sit in the booth directly behind me. I can feel myself being lifted slightly from the sheer force of the Downey's fat ass plopping onto the bench. Bench is now covered in shit. As an Aspie, hating Tards comes naturally, since I worked my ass off to become a functioning member of society. They haven't. Thinking I'm in the clear, I resume playing Mario Kart Tour. I'm about to finish a race when suddenly, Toad the Tard jumps up from his seat and quickly waddles to my side. His overly sensitive ears must have heard my game. He speaks for the first time.
Hey, what game are you play?
Ow, my ears.gif. Try to respond as chill as possible. This is Mario Kart Tour.
Can I play? I want to turn!
Screams the Downey. Everyone in the aisle of the restaurant stops and looks at us now. Bruh, this fat, bald bastard, I see what you did there, thinks he rightfully deserves to play my personal game on my own fucking phone. Don't tread on me.tiff. I lock my phone and place it on the table near the window. Sorry, there's no multiplayer in this game. Toad isn't having it. He literally tries to climb onto my seat and reaches over my body towards my phone. Almost knocks over my drink. Karen doesn't do shit to stop her abomination of a son from trying to steal my private property.
Let me play Mario Kart!
Tard's stank sweat is now dripping onto me. I push the little shit off of me. He lands on the floor, starts crying. Karen gets up and waddles over to me. Did you just assault my son? How could you hurt my baby, you fucking dick? Don't you know he's special? I stand my ground, tell her that her baby violated my personal space, and I merely defended myself. Another customer comes to my side, says Toad attacked me first. Karen ignores us, picks up her son, kisses his cheek, and wipes his tears. Acts like nothing just happened in the last 5 minutes. Don't worry, baby. Let's sit down and I'll get you some tendies.
Okay, Mummy.
They sit back down, my face when he's not punished. I go to the bathroom and wash my hands. Epsom soap dispenser is empty. Replace soap cartridge now? Yes or no? No. Exit bathroom. Avoid Toad the Tard by taking a rear exit. Run back to my car. Find my hand sanitizer. Empty half of the bottle. Scrub-a-dub-dub.rar. My face when my hands are burning and skin is being removed because a Tard committed battery against me. I return to the restaurant, just in time to see an 8 out of 10 waitress trying to take Toad the Tard's order. Karen acts as his interpreter.
On the child's menu, my son will have 1 order of chicken tenders and a side of fries, with extra dipping sauce,"
spoke Karen. Karen doesn't order anything. 8 out of 10 waitress says,
"It's gonna be an extra wait on the tenders, since we need to start a fresh batch."
Toad realizes he has to wait longer for his tendies. Tard rage meter 45%.
Tendies, no!
Tard bouncing up and down in his seat, flailing his arms. I can physically feel my own seat tremble from the power of his Tard strength. I pray that I am not on the receiving end of said Tard strength. Karen tries her darndest to calm down her abomination of a son. If Chad had still been around, he'd have this bastard silent in a heartbeat.
"Now, honey, if you be extra patient, I'll let you have 2 orders of tendies."
Toad calms down and says, in a hushed voice,
"Okay, Mummy."
So much for the childhood obesity epidemic. As soon as 8 out of 10 leaves, my sandwich arrives. ourfather.mp3. It came with a side of fries, no Chippo, not Britfag. Decide to add salt to my meal. Hands still wet from the hand sanitizer, I drop the salt shaker and spill some on the table. Whoops.zip. Pick up the shaker and, as superstition goes, throw some salt over my left shoulder. Unfortunately, some salt lands on Toad's shoulder. He feels it. Tard rage meter 75%. Toad picks up the salt shaker from his own table, turns around, and nails me in the back of the head. Broken glass.wave. I'm bleeding like a soldier in Nam. Salt makes my wound more painful and sensitive. Decide to overreact and draw attention to myself. That'll show Karen to raise her angel right.
Ugh! That kid just threw a salt shaker at me. I've got glass in my head. It hurts like hell.
Restaurant staff call an ambulance for me because I'm bleeding. I walk outside to the parking lot. Karen still doesn't do shit. Wait for paramedics to arrive. 8 out of 10 brings me my meal to try and ease the pain. Start to feel a bit better. Nom nom on sandwich. Realize I left my phone on the table inside. Oh shit nigger.jpg. Out of the blue, the sound of a shattering glass window could be heard all throughout the parking lot, much louder than the salt shaker. Turn around. See Toad the Tard in all of his glory, plowing right through the window and rolling down the glass hill. He has my phone in hand. Tard rage meter 113%. His rolling stops right before the curb so he isn't ran over. Disappoint. He is unconscious. The sight of the Tard approaching the road causes cars on the street to swerve out of the way. He causes a major collision. Trafficjam.mpeg. Ambulance gets delayed. Walk up to the Tard and grab my phone from his moist, clammy hands. It was in an OtterBox case, so it didn't break. Find out that he shit himself again. In too much pain to think about taking a pic. Call police. Arrive before paramedics. Explain what happened. Police drive me to the ER. Press charges. Karen is fully enraged, saying I was at fault for harassing her precious special needs child. Too busy with work to testify in court, so I gave a sworn statement. Security footage from the restaurant is provided, showing that Toad clearly attacked me first, threw the salt shaker at me, jumped into my seat while I was gone, stole my phone, and dove through the window. Why he didn't just go back to his seat, I have no fucking idea. Toad the Tard is convicted as an adult of aggravated assault, attempted theft, and vandalism. He's sentenced to 1 year in state prison. Never got his tendies. Karen is ordered by the court to pay for both my medical expenses and restaurant bill. I'm traumatized by the incident. Too scared to go out to restaurants anymore. Go back to eating tendies. My face when?